Grab your friends, find your enemies and make amends, and we'll meet in the middle. Take the pride and set it aside. My hands will build you a shield, and we'll solve the riddle. And we'll remember.
We're here. Hello.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Hi, Lynn Serrano.
Mwah. How are you, beautiful?
Hey, guys, this is Katharine Franco, and we are bridging the gap today on Friday. I love host, and we were going to even do the show today because we've had such a major event happening here in the state of Texas, and Lynn is no stranger to torrential winter weather. She is in snow and blizzards and all of those things, but here in the state of Texas, we've had some challenges this week and a lot of suffering. So we just wanted to wish everybody well. Green. cftexas.org is an organization in the state of Texas that is going out to receive donations for the communities, and you can see how you can either contribute monetarily or volunteer with some of your time. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, sweetie. I'm so glad you're safe. I was actually going to have another actress on my show on Live, Love, Laugh today, and she had over 16 pipes frozen in her house in Texas. So my heart goes out to her, too. And so, you know, I think she's staying at her sister's house now, so she's safe. But I've been worried about her as well. We have some kind of delay.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people do, find a way to keep warm. But when the energy is out, the power plants themselves don't have energy. So the water plants did not have the energy to be able to treat the water. So now there is an aftermath in terms with some of the counties and some of the surrounding areas. I know here in North Texas, at least, I know Houston was having an issue, some other pipes bursting, and so we are having to figure out how to live without water coming in, or we're in a boil alert. Really good fix for us. I know the city of Fort Worth talked about some of the boil alerts, and we have a poster so that you can look at some of the things that you would need to boil to keep safe. You don't need to boil for showering. Obviously, you don't want to burn yourself while you're showering. And I'm not laughing at that. I'm trying to bring levity to the situation. The dishwasher runs at a high enough temperature, and bathing and laundry, obviously, you don't have to worry about boiling for that. But you do want to hand wash all the when you're using a water filter. I put ice in my percolator. Yes, I use a percolator for my coffee, and it actually heats and boils it up. And this, again, is CDC information and bit.ly/2LYKKUS. Yes, I spelled it out for you folks. That's something that we just want to make sure that everybody feels good about what they can. I'm from Southern California. Hi, Mark Rodriguez.
Hi, Mark.
I'm from Southern California, Lynn. And when I moved to Texas, I didn't know anything about the weather here. We were at a steady 60, 70, 80 degrees constantly. Hi, Christina. That's my sister-in-law, Christina Ingram. She went almost a full week without power, her and Mike, my brother-in-law, without power. And because country boys can survive, they used hay bale. Everybody
We're
had a
having,
hay bale. They have to be, are you able to hear me?
yeah, it's just a delay on your part, but it must be what Texas is going through, I guess. So it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, power has been consistent for me the last few days. Monday and Tuesday was the worst. We had no energy. But one of the things that I was going to share is that my sister-in-law said, Google or check out what kinds of generators are out there. There's varying prices. A generator. Are there any tips that you have, Lynn, being from up north, that you can help share with our Texas family?
Oh, well, Mark says in Bronx it's still snowing. Love your lip sync. Let's get it started. YouTube with Glenn Morshower. He loves that. He loves that video with you and Glenn Morshower. Let's get this party started. So yeah.
Mark, we had such a good time doing that video, and we did not know. We knew we were going to get together. Glenn, Jose, and I knew we were going to get together and do that video, but we didn't know specifically which song, and we weren't sure what we were going to do. So a lot of that was improvised. And I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
There's Mama Lou. Hi, Mama Lou. So, as far as warmth and stuff, I know that when I first moved here to Montana, we were kind of snowed in and everything. And, luckily we lived in a trailer before we lived in a house for a little bit, and we had a wood stove. So that was kind of nice because we used it for heat, but then we had to cook on top of it too. But, it's probably hard to find camping gear stuff. I bet you those stores just got wiped out. But as far as, generators, people don't think of having generators. And, it's just too bad they couldn't give you a preventative of the things you should have got beforehand. And I'm sure, ordering it from Amazon would have been a great thing to do if you had time. But as far as keeping warm, you're better off getting a lot of warm blankets and actually taking a lot of clothes off, because when you have the humidity and you get the humidity on top of trying to get warmth, you don't actually stay warm because of the humidity. So you're better off with the sheet and then blankets on top of you so that you can get your body heat. Cuddling with your hubby is a good thing too, I'm sure. And
or your dog if you don't have one.
Yeah, or your dog, that's right. And so, but as far as, dealing with the ice like you guys have, it's highly recommended you don't drive if you don't have to, because black ice, I mean, Mother Nature, you don't mess with Mother Nature. And I think that's what the problem is people don't realize it looks okay out there, but when the temperatures are freezing, you have to worry about the ice. So the same thing goes with, you, and the same thing goes with having at home, trying to scrape up the ice and whatnot, whether you have kitty litter to put down, if you don't have salt to put out there, because I'm sure you don't, but if you have a cat or a neighbor's cat, if you get kitty litter, to go ahead and put that down so that you don't trip, you don't fall on the ice. That's important too. Carrying something heavy in the trunk of your car gives you some traction. Keeping blankets in your car, so in case you do if you get stranded somewhere, you have blankets in your car and some water in your car so you can at least drink. You can go out without food, but you can't really go out without water. So having blankets and water in your vehicle, so that in case you do have a car problem or you have to stay in your car because hit ice, you can, and have some snacks, and have a phone charger, your battery charger with you, those kinds of things that would help. Like these beautiful women have the heart of gold. Hi, Mark. rock house. So seriously, there's just so many little things. And if you're going to take a trip from here to there, especially in these weather conditions, you should let people know where you're at so that they can look for you, or have an idea what route you're taking. That's very important. And it's just important to know that you gotta you should always expect the best. And and yet you just never know. I mean, the simple things is having your phone charged before you leave home is important. And
Very
warm
prepared.
clothes,
Yeah,
and
prepare for the
and
future.
yeah, and extra socks and things like that, so that if you get all wet, you have something to change into that's warm. So
Those are
again, my heart
excellent
goes.
tips, Lynn.
Well, it just, my heart goes out to everybody out there, because I've been in weather situations. I even drove through a blizzard once with my 3 little girls. So it again, having blankets, pillows, um, you know, there's sleeping bags in your car. Those kinds of things are important. So you there, girl?
I do want to follow up for Valentine's Day. It's like the day right before we actually went out of power. We had a beautiful day. We stayed inside. My husband made lamb chops and asparagus and a beautiful homemade chocolate cake, like rich, dark chocolate cake. I dipped strawberries and, we did coffee and movies, and we just kind of made it a beautiful night in. And then the next day we relished it, and then the next day I woke up and the power was completely out. It was 30 minutes at a time, and we'll forward recordings said we are up, because everybody was calling, and we got down to, I know some of us got down to 7 degrees. Some people were down to 1 degree. The wind chill was in the negative for on Monday at all. So I think we didn't know it's fine to without 10 hours.
Yeah,
We
10
need to do
hours.
to prepare, or should we go to someone else? Yeah, to
Well,
have some sort of plan, but there was no plan because we couldn't get through. And I think they didn't even know. From my understanding, and I could be wrong, but I believe that some of the green generators that are the turbines, they froze. So our typical way of getting and you guys definitely send in information if you have other information about this. But I think that was part of just a um, energy resources. And this obviously was, and our out, the water plants are also suffering because they didn't have the energy to process water. When the floods their homes, so no heat, no water, and flood here in Texas that we're just not used to. And because of the trucks not being able to deliver, there's not a lot of groceries at the grocery store. We're pretty low on food as well. So one thing I want to
it,
and our nurses and doctors who are helping people who have been going through, just there's a ripple effect to this, and we wanted to do the show today to talk about cftexas.org. um, we're here to support our community in North Texas, and we thank given us some really good information about how we can keep warm and safe even on roads that I'm learning tonight. So thank you, Lynn, on that. Did you have any thoughts?
No, did you want me to play that one video?
Yeah, we have some friends that here in the North Texas area that are artists, music, who love our community.
You froze up on me, Katharine. You froze up on me. You want me to play it? Here, I'm going to play
Let's
it.
play it.
cftexas.org.
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 cftexas.org. God bless you guys, and Jesus loves you so much.
cftexas.org.
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 cftexas.org. cftexas.org.
cftexas.org.
Aww, that's sweet. That's sweet. You did a nice job putting that together, girlfriend.
Hey, everybody. We're working together to generate all of our gifts. DJs, we have a couple of dance choreographers in there. We have multiple talented people that are in our community that are well known. And if you've seen somebody on this video, it's because they are incredibly giving, loving people who are also extremely talented. We want to thank you guys for shouting out cftexas.org. And we just want to make sure that if people don't know where to donate or how they can volunteer, it's a great website you could check out, and sharing it on your social media pages. So definitely share it out, share this video out, share our show out, whatever you want to do it.
If you're compelled,
we really
yes.
appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Oh, you're not breaking up as bad as you were.
Good. I don't want to break up. I want to
I
stay
know.
together. We're breaking.
I know. The internet's not been our friend, but that's okay. We're gonna still push through. We're showing up.
We are, Lynn. We are. One of the things I wanted to share with you.
Oh, can't hear you.
Brown shorts. If you
What's
can
that?
hear me, can you hear me?
I heard something. Little brown shorts.
So my husband is a UPS man, and he drives the because we have a lot of ice on the roads. Some of it has melted off. But one thing I was driving on the road ever.
I wanted to read some of these. I can't hear you very good.
Did you say Texas? Most of my calls today were in North Texas area. It was wild as most of these customers enjoy.
That's nice, Mark.
Hi, Mark. What else
Yeah, Mark Gassert's pretty awesome. And he shared it. So thank you, Mark, for sharing it. And your mama said our neighbors were very generous, sharing food, milk, and firewood. That's awesome. And I loved what Mark said earlier. Katharine and Lynn are sending out positive vibes, much needed during these times. Absolutely. That's why we said the show must go on. Right, Katharine?
We are actually, one of the things that I notice is that during our Most of the time, everyone kind of keeps to themselves, but whenever we have people with firewood or food or water or whatever that need each other, it's a community situation. So I really appreciated that, Lucio, for telling us that your neighbors were sharing milk, water, and firewood. That's awesome. That's great.
It reminds me of the family that they always fight. But if one family member needs everything, forget about the fighting right now. We need to go help,
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how that goes, right? Feast or famine kind of thing.
So true.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, one of the other safe a truck driver, one thing that I did not take into consideration in the past conditions, trucks have a very, very heavy weight. They have tons and tons of weight behind them. So the laws of physics do not allow them to stop. It takes a long time for a truck not on ice to stop. So even though it is annoying that trucks take a while to get going, or maybe they're slow or they look like a billboard and you want to get around them, try not to cut them off or to get in front of them and then slam your brakes because they can't stop. And you're
Yeah.
literally taking your life into your own hands. It's happened so many times where I've heard from colleagues and other people where they're slamming on their brakes and there is smoke coming off of the brakes and the tires, that they're trying not to run someone over, where somebody went around them and then slowed down. It's just a really, really dangerous thing. Be careful around big trucks. They can't stop. It's the laws of physics. There's no way that they can stop in time, especially if you're on ice, guys. We had a horrible accident a week ago where it was over 100 car pileup. 6 people ended up passing away. It was bad. So keep all that stuff in mind.
Yeah, we take things for
and think about the families.
we take things for granted, and we don't realize how vulnerable we can be driving behind a wheel in conditions that are, Mother Nature's in control. And so, again, if you don't need to drive, if you don't need to go somewhere, if it's something that can be recanceled, rescheduled, even if it looks great outside, why contribute it to the fact that the ambulances and the policemen, you're in their way if you're just out there for no reason. So it really is, it's like a state of emergency when things like that happen, and you really shouldn't add to the chaos if you can help it.
Yeah, absolutely. The good news is that things are melting. Things are getting back to normal next week. It's not, a lot of people are working through the aftermath with their homes. Some of them, again, that were flooded, and people just trying to get food and get back on their feet again. So, to address our community, I think we have and we also have a food card. The city of Fort Worth had set that out, and Lynn will put that up on the screen. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, these are some really good tips we can put up. The TAFB Emergency Food Box Distribution in Fort Worth. Herman Clark Stadium has some things going on for distribution, and that's from February 18th. Few days here that you can just get online, contact people. I know phone reception is the one thing that has been pretty good. So contact friends or family to see if there's any way they can help you or get you to the right locations for situation. There is a boil alert where we do need to boil some water, and of course you don't need to do that for showering or teeth. Use a water filter is always great, and don't forget your pets. They need healthy, clean water too. And I want to say something about pets. You know, in Texas, we're tough, and a lot of dogs stay outside most of the time because it's pretty warm out here. But these are conditions we definitely want to bring our fuzzy friends indoors if we can, get them clean water. And hey, I spoon with my dogs. Spoon your dogs. Um, they'll keep you warm, and they'll love you forever.
Yeah. Our Gasser says we're blessed to have all medical professionals, EMT, police officers, military, as well as all the fabulous volunteer groups out there. America rocks. It does. And we all are united when necessary. But why can't it be like that all the time? That's why we're here. We're using our voice to try to let people know that we're thinking about them. Our hearts are with everybody around the nation that's going through things. And that just remember, sometimes you go through some really hard times, but there's always good times ahead.
That's the whole point of this show, guys, is bridging the and just to be unified within practice empathy and love for your community and people who may not look like you or may not be in your situation, but we are as a humanity, as a group of people who and opportunity for us to help everyone in the community. And we can do that whether there's a disaster or not. So that's the show. And I'm so blessed to have Lynn be someone who has a big heart and is willing to produce and co-host and just have such a giving spirit. We're just really grateful for her. And she's given us some great information tonight about what we can do if we're out on the roads. She's a
So
actually, you're in New York too, and
I'm a Syracuse, New York. Syracuse, New York, where that is that's capital of, I mean, if you look at statistics, Syracuse would have lots of snow, and I would always travel with, sleeping bag, water, that kind of thing. It just really, you gotta have measures to prepare. I mean, like whether you have AAA, whatever. Keller Chamber of Commerce gave out meals today. The fire department around town still giving out cases of bottled water. That's so awesome. That just warms my heart when I hear things like that and stories of, humanity coming together and having compassion for each other. I'm telling you, even after the whole election thing, I mean, we still have things to make us really, really compassionate. And we need to wake up and realize that we're only here for a minute and how important it is to treat people like you want to be treated. And Mark says here, yes, Lynn, so true. We need to embrace one another and learn from one another. It's time to invest in mankind, the best investment on the planet. Mark Gasser, I love you so much. And I thank you for your support being here. When Katharine talks sometimes, is she breaking out? Let us know on that if you would. I would appreciate that.
Oh, great.
No, it's a bummer when our internet's, I think we might have to move our show to a different time of day where, people are using their internet so much, I think it has like an overload of when people are on the internet might be affecting us.
It's
I don't know.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
They know we're on. We're bringing so many people onto the show. that they just can't handle us.
They can't handle it. It's too much. TGIF, guys. It's Friday, and we've got a weekend of love and just giving to others. If you can, if you're able to help others, definitely do that. One thing you can do is help yourself and throw some dried goods into maybe your console in your car. Lynn did mention put some snacks.
Yeah, if you're
I
gonna
like beef
drive,
jerky. I get all organic jerky.
you're
I
break.
speak with my hands. Hi, I speak with my hands. um, and like having water, a sleeping bag back there in the back of your car just for emergencies, and maybe even like a flashlight's probably a good.
Yeah, we had 20-degree minus. Yeah, we had minus 20, 25-degree weather here last week, and my car wouldn't start. And so my son-in-law took the battery out, and it was swollen on one side, so my battery froze. By the time he took it in, and they put it on the counter and they put it on the floor, it shattered. It was that frozen. It was a 4-year-old battery almost. And so, yeah. So, yeah. So your mom says your voice is breaking up, very low, in and out. Yeah. So,
No. You go ahead and play our cftexas.org video.
You want me to play it again?
Yeah.
You want me to play it again?
Listening?
Or do you want me to play the other one that I have?
Let's do the
cftexas.org. cftexas.org.
cftexas.org.
cftexas.org. God bless you guys, and Jesus loves you so much.
cftexas.org.
cftexas.org.
heartfelt.
cftexas.org.
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 cftexas.org. cftexas.org.
cftexas.org.
I love how it ends with you looking up. I love that. It's so beautiful. You're talented. You're such a great producer with me.
I want people to feel the love today. Me personally, during the time that we were out of power, was filling up your bathtub all the way as much as you can, and then stopping it. So that way, if your toilets, you'll have water for your toilet tanks if you need them. If you're not able to get water back into your tanks, that has been really helpful. We have used our camping gear in terms of getting our below zero sleeping bags, and we put that over us on our beds when we were sleeping during the time that we had no power. That was really helpful. The other thing that my husband had was these little propane tanks. They're about the size of a coffee cup. We can put a tiny little element that we were able to use, and that we wanted
You're breaking
to
up.
make like hot oatmeal or heat up some from the refrigerator.
I think they were probably the sternos.
There are sternos. You could use a sterno, and you want to put that aside somewhere for a situation where you may need to boil water later on. Good tips that I felt was very helpful during this time for us. is that our neighborhood chats, we're talking to neighbors because there's carbon monoxide poisoning that can happen. It's Be very aware of that. Also, a lot of families were bringing their children into cars and their garage, and but not everybody knows you can't put your garage door down because you can poison yourself by breathing in carbon monoxide. So be real careful, even with generators, that if you're not aware, that can be an issue. It could be pretty dangerous. So.
Do you want me to play that other video we have? Katharine, you're frozen. Katharine, you're frozen. Do you want Katharine?
Yes.
Kat, do you want me to play the other video? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Raheem Quasi, and I'm a singer-songwriter based in Dallas. And I'm going to be playing some songs in the upcoming weeks on this very special show. But today is more about getting a message out that we are here as a community. We are all trying to get through this very strange, challenging time. Some people have lost every bit of comfort and are in danger, or have been in danger. And then coming out of it, they're going to be in some worse situations, maybe paying bills, paying their electric bill that might be 3 or 4 or 10 times higher than they're used to. Fixing pipes. The worst is kind of gonna come as far as the aftermath of all these storms and the poor, reasons why we got into this. So anyway, thank you, Katharine, for creating a forum for us to kind of come together. And in this case, it's about giving. There's going to be a time where we've given blankets and open up our homes. That's giving. Another way to give is with monetary bills, green. And, so through Katharine, she has it set up a link. And and she'll explain everything, or she already has, about how we can give, because there's going to be a deep need for some people that it could really change their life if they don't get help. And so if we have the power, let's do it. In the meantime, I'll see you in a few weeks for some music and some conversation. All right. Best to everybody.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you, Raheem. That was so special. And we so look forward to hearing your heart and your love and your music in the coming weeks ahead as our guest. Raheem Quasi, you guys check him out. He's a talented, and we definitely appreciate you sharing your love today. We are really to the communities. If you'll check out www.cftexas.org for volunteering or to donate. If it's $5, if it's $1, if it's $10, $15, $25, just send something. There are people who are really in need, and we just so appreciate you guys checking in today. We're here about solutions to problems. We are solution makers. We are contributors. We are people who unify. We are not about and make a difference. So thank you so much for checking in today.
Are we wrapping it up?
This is what this week to me was all about. With all of this craziness going on, I just wanted to be sure that we reached out to the community and let them know that we cared.
All right. Well, thank you for checking us out. We apologize for the internet as it should, and we are going to call it a wrap. Right, Katharine? We're calling it a wrap?
Calling it a wrap, but we look forward to seeing you next.
Yes, next week. Bye-bye.
Grab your friends, find your enemies and make amends.